Not like them.
Not like them.
They're going to want you to dunk, you know.
I ain't that. Jimbo will get mad at me. 100%.
You got baseball, you got football, you got that.
I won't even embarrassed.
Jameis, the hype that's already started with you and that's obviously coming with the big game you have 2 weeks from now, how do you handle it? How do you, like, as a person, handle the kind of hype and attention that has come your way?
Just don't pay no attention. I mean, I just know I got to keep preparing. I got to keep getting better every day. And that's one thing. Playing with Coach Fisher, like he always tells me, I mean, you got to get better every day. Because every time I watch a game, there's so much that I got to get better on.
Is that easier said than done, though, as far as not paying attention to it? Like, how do you just kind of, do you really shield yourself from articles and the TV and all that, or do you just not care what they say?
I mean, I like seeing it, but I don't care what they say because I know it's just one game at a time. As soon as something bad happen, it's gonna be the opposite. So
Right.
I just try to stay not involved with all the outside stuff other than team things.
Part of why I think obviously people have responded so well to you is because they didn't necessarily know you before. You're obviously redshirt freshman, and they're so excited about what you're doing. But you had these expectations for yourself. Like, you're not surprised by how well you're playing or anything like that. So does it make it a little easier to keep all of it into perspective, I guess? That
Yeah.
This is what you were expecting of yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I just expected our team to be doing this well, like to this point in the season, and I know that if we played the way that we were supposed to play, and I know that this part of the season was going to be a big matchup no matter what, because we knew that they were going to do their job, we knew that we were going to do our job. So it's not really about the individual accolades and stuff like that. It's just about how we prepare and how our team is going to be.
James, I remember when you guys were still on Twitter, and right before you guys shut it down, you tweeted Richard Sherman about being a nerdy quarterback. How are nerdy football players better? How can you be a good nerdy football player?
Because I mean, when you believe that you're smart, I mean that's the type of confidence that you have, and that's what I see Richard Sherman. Like, he's intelligent, and he's also outgoing, and he's gonna talk a lot of smack, but he can do that because he's mentally there. He's smart, and he has his Stanford degree to back that up. So that's what I mean by nerdy. Like, I'm kind of a weird person. I get my grades done, but at the end of the day, I'm still going to be probably the goofiest guy on the team, probably more outgoing than anybody else. So, like, people look at the perspective of a nerd, like just being like geeky or something like that. But you could be a nerd and be, outgoing and funny.
Well, do you have any traditionally nerdy qualities? Like, have you memorized Star Wars, or are you a comic book guy?
Oh no, I mean, I'm not, like that to that point. But I mean, I love watching cartoons.
Yeah.
And I mean, just like a kid, from a kid's standpoint, when I wear my glasses, people say I look like an old man, like nerdy. But so, I mean, it's just that part.
So which cartoons are big for you these days?
I mean, these days I love watching Phineas and Ferb. I mean, that's the best cartoon that's out right now. I mean, I love it. Every time I have all time and it's like I'm doing the day, I try to find it. Or Netflix, I try to look at it all the time. I mean, it's awesome.
Hey, where's Paul? I know everybody calls you J-Boo, but when you're watching Sports Center or other stuff, they all refer to you as Famous Jameis now. How do you feel about that nickname?
Oh man, it's just another nickname. Like my nickname is obviously J-Boo. That's what most people on the team call me. And when people call me Famous Jameis, I'm not famous. We famous. Our team famous because that stuff comes with winning. As long as we keep winning, new things are gonna come up.
When's the first time you heard that, the famous Jameis? Obviously, it rhymes.
Man, one of my little league football coaches, Gary Webster, had to call me Famous Jameis because I mean it's always been rhyming. So
Sure.
I heard that name before anybody started saying it. But Terrence Smith was on the team. He was the first person to say it. Terrence Smith said it during spring of last year. He was like, "Okay, Famous Jameis." So I was like, "All right."
Do you know Tosh Boyd much, or have you watched much of his game? What do you think?
I don't know him, but EJ told me he's a great person. Them being from Virginia, and I know if Todd Boyd is anything like EJ, man, he a man. When I see him on TV, I don't like the way he presents himself. He's always dressed nice, and he's a great quarterback.
He had said, I talked to him at the ACC kickoff thing over the summer. He said he was particularly interested in you and had taken some time to like watch some of your highlights and stuff online. Is that something that you are it's rewarding to hear from somebody with that kind of success that he's been?
Oh yeah, I do the same thing. Teddy Bridgewater, Johnny Football, Taj. I always watch this stuff just to see, like, peak their game, because that's what, like, people always talk about greatness, and greatness is repetitiveness. And if you can see other things in other people that you can add to your game, I mean, that's how you get better.
You guys,
Anybody else you watch besides those two?
Yeah, I watch people like Payne. I mean, obviously pros, and I like watching Vic a lot, and I watch old people like I watch some random Cohen, but most of his clips about punting and stuff. He don't really have no real clips on that. He just got outstanding like things like that, and I watch some Joe Montana. So
When you're watching, are you looking for things that you can pick up and add to your game, or how do you watch? Do you look at?
I'm looking for extraordinary things, just things that might stand out to me, things that they do that I feel I can do, and just things that no one else can do. Like, because those guys are unique in what they do. They play quarterback, so I mean, I just like watching learning new things.
You guys have been really good on, especially third and long this season. I think when you're like 3rd and 10, you're like 7 of 7 or something like that. What is it about those situations that seem to get you guys amped up and ready to go for those?
Just by being difficult, by being hard. I mean, we just like every time it's 3rd and long, it's like, okay, guys, 3rd and long, we gotta convert. And like, okay, and we go out there and do it. I mean, but I think when we put ourselves in hard situations, that's when our team responds, and that's when we're like, okay, we just got this hard situation. Let's keep it going. Like, when we get our drives going, we never just have one good drive and then just slack out. But when we get our drives going, we start scoring drive after drive. No field goals, just scoring. And, I mean, that's just one thing. Like, when we go through adversity, like even the Maryland game, we got stopped like 3 times in a row, and things were going haywire. But we settled down, and we just, like, got stuff started clicking.
Is that kind of a similar thing to like 2-minute drills at the end of the half, because you guys have been so good at that? Is that kind of a similar effect that's going on with it's crunch time, we have to get it done?
Yeah.
Jimbo said, we talked to him yesterday, he said when a quarterback can use the middle of the field, that's when you know he's seeing defenses and reading defense as well. Have you always, like even when you started as a freshman in high school, were you always a quarterback that would expose the middle of the field, or did that take growing and maturing?
I mean, I always just try to throw it and complete it, but being under Coach Fisher, like you always try to expose the holes, and most people have been playing us in a 2-deep shell, and cover 2. That's where the holes are in the middle of the field and on the outer.
Right.
How has your relationship with Coach Fisher evolved? Because I've noticed that there are times when you come back to the sideline and you guys are, it looks like you're jawing a little bit back and forth. When did you get comfortable being able to say, here's what I'm seeing, we need to do this, and even if it's not necessarily what he's saying?
Well, me and Coach Fisher's relationship developed with Coach Craig and EJ. And me seeing back, I was closer to Coach Craig last year than Coach Fisher, obviously. But by me seeing Coach Fisher take EJ up on his wing and knowing that he has many quarterbacks that's in the NFL, and he coached a lot of them. I mean, I call him a quarterback guru. But by him taking EJ and just seeing how him and EJ related things when he came to the sideline, just observing that, it helped me gain trust in Coach Fisher, because I'm like, okay, yes, he's right. He's going to be right all the time. Like, I knew Coach Fisher was going to be right all the time even before I started playing. So, I mean, that's when you get that trust with the coach, and then he's a great offensive mind and he's calling the plays. I mean, it helps me out in my game.
How do you manage your emotions, though? I know your high school coach said that you get really fired up a lot of the time then. And how do you, if something goes wrong, or if the teammate runs the wrong route, how do you handle that?
Well, that's one thing Coach Sanders always talked to me about. Every time I come to the sideline, he's just like, things are going good, things are going bad. Stay poised. You got to be the leader. Everyone's looking at you. And he tells me that all the time. Even when I come to the sideline, like I might just throw a touchdown, he'll be like, poised. Like, okay. So Coach Sanders, he stays on that.
Do you catch yourself sometimes getting too high or too low out there?
Sometimes, but my teammates, they help me like adjust to that. Like it's when you playing around a bunch of good guys, it's hard to just not get excited when big plays are happening and when you doing something when you see Devontae Freeman catch a ball and shake somebody and you're like, oh, snap, he just shook him. Or you see KB jump a 53-inch vertical to catch a ball or something like that, and you just see Kenny Shaw everywhere. Everyone's just doing good things. It's hard to not get excited about that. But then again, that's still supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Like when you play on those guys. So I mean, it's starting to get easier to control the more games and the more I see it happen. I'm just like, these guys just do this on a daily basis.
I know when things are happening in the heat of the moment, a lot of it is probably just reaction for you. But when you get done with a game, or you're going and watching those highlights of those sort of escape back plays that you have, where you duck out of a sack and throw a touchdown pass, are you impressed by that, or is it something that you kind of figured you knew how to do all along, or what's your reaction when you see those things late?
Well, when I first see it, I think about, okay, did I do something wrong for me to be in this predicament? Because one thing in the film, when Coach Fisher don't care about those fantastic plays, he's going to tell me what I did wrong, he's going to tell how I did it wrong, and he's going to tell me what I should have did. So I think, did I do something wrong right here? And then I think about, okay, that was a nice play. So I really don't even look at those like plays like that because, I mean, like I say, when you got guys around you, all I got to do is break one tackle, and they're going to get open and they're going to catch it.
Do you have a favorite that you've made this year? One that you say, that one was definitely pretty good.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I got a favorite.
When you make a play like that, like you've gotten used to now, I mean, can you feel what that does to a defense? I mean, it seems like it would just have to exasperate them to think that they've got you, and not only do they not have you, but it's probably a touchdown.
That's one thing about our offense. We love just killing the momentum of a defense. I mean, we want to make them quit, and if we can do that, we can make a defense quit. We know that we done our job.
This dunk contest on Friday night, another opportunity for you. You pretty excited about that? You got a favorite?
Well, Aaron Thomas is my boy, so I'm gonna be pulling for him. Like, even if he does a whack dunk, he's gonna get a 10. So I hope. I mean, don't tell the other judges that. So he's gonna get a 10 in everything he does.
Even if he misses?
Yeah, if he misses, he's still gonna get a 10. 'Cause that's my boy. But I know that's probably not fair. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see what type of athletes we got out there because basketball players, they got that bounce, man. It's just fun. I've never been to a dunk contest before.
Did you play in high school? Did you play basketball?
I haven't played in high school.
Oh, okay.
What's this week like leading up to this marquee game? I know you guys, take every game as the most important game of the season, but, this is kind of one of those marquee games within the conference. How do you deal with the hype, enjoying it but not letting it become too much?
It's just another game. And that's one thing that I think that we're going to do as a team. We got to prepare the same, but we got to perform better because we know that this Clemson team is a great team, and they're after our necks. Like, we beat them at our home field. Last year, they beat us at their home field the year before that, so it's just going back and forth battle. And they have great players. They have outstanding players. They have a great offense. They have a very athletic defense, a great defense that we're going to have to prepare well for.
So you say you watch, Taj, but do you compare yourself?
No.
Or do you just kind of watch?
I watch. I don't try to compare myself to no one because I feel that everyone's different. Like when people try to compare me to anyone, I feel like it's nothing that you can compare because it's something that dude has in his game that can be better than mine, or it's something that he has in his game that I think that I'm better than him in. So I try to not get into the comparison thing because everyone's their own man out there, especially when you're out there on the football field.
Two more questions. You got a picture of Hank Aaron in your baseball locker. Where does that come from, and where does that appreciation come from?
I mean, just because that's my number.
Oh, okay.
And Hank Aaron's from Alabama. So I probably can't hit home runs like him or Hank, but I like that. And that was my first year ever to get number 44. So, I mean, I had to get a picture.
One more.